a good old boy and he's got a story to tell. Tavin will mow your grass and make it look so well. Now Tavin goes donut goals when in town he comes, getting strength for his haunches to cannonball for fun.
Welcome to the Tavin Dillard Podcast, y'all guys. I'm Tavin Dillard. I'm a mowing, edging, grass cutting legend. Happy July the 1st. If you listen to this on Tuesdays when it comes out, then you know today is the first day of the July. That means we had a June. Oh, we had a June. Watermelon helmets, got a new baby doll prototype delivery system on the back of the new watermelon helmet. Doing some cannonballing, some river rafting. Well, jumping in the river. I ain't got a raft. They got paddle boats, you know, out at the lake. Rance Barnhart and Myron Curtis got this little side business they doing. You know about that. And now it's July, which means this week we celebrating the birthday of the United States of America. Happy birthday, USA's. I don't know how you celebrating, but you probably getting hold of a Roman candle, bottle rockets, black cats, moon blasters, lazy Susans, thrifty Daniels, Korean airliners, shin splints, dumpster fires, all of them. You know, you getting out there lighting the fuse, or got a buddy with fast feet that can light it and run on you. Time to celebrate. Fireworks already started. They don't really end in a trailer park. They go from New Year's to 4th of July, from 4th of July back around to New Year's, and here we are. But we at the 4th of July, so I don't know if you barbecuing, you having hamburgers, hot dogs, or the fancy, maybe some ribs, some tri-tip. Boy, that sounds like baked beans, some slaw, macaroni and cheese, green beans, fried okra. I don't know where you going, what you doing this week. Dr. Pepper, sweet tea. You got options. I got options. We all got options. But it's the early Julys. And, you know, if you need any patriotic gear to get now, and it'll last you, you know, you can wear it all year long. Patriotic gear is really, you know, it's in season all year long. I got the new Possum Keith shirt, which you might have seen. That's been moving. Folks been picking that up. And then the standard, the old bacon, you know, piece of bacon. Cut off jean shorts, holding a sparkler and catching a frisbee. But you can check all that. I was running a sale last week, and I think I'm going to keep it going. So if you want to go ahead and just check the link in my show notes today for all my merchandise, 20% off, just use the code POSSUM, P-O-S-S-U-M, POSSUM, at checkout, and you get 20% off. So if you need a Pickle-Boon hat or Rachel Christine shirt or Peg Leg Possum shirt or any of them other things, a Burger Shed hat, you can check it out there in the show notes today. But in the meantime, you can message me 501-322-6249 or email me tavindiller@gmail.com for all your, you know, if you just want to holler at me. Folks been doing that on a text message during the week. I get messages from folks about, you know, what they thought of the podcast or just questions about in general. And this week I don't have no questions from people, and I don't know if that's because I didn't keep up with it well enough this week, or I just texted them back and just told them to their face instead of on the podcast. But today we're just going to jump into it because I got a Team Burger Shed update this week. You know, we got summer showers. We got whatever showered last week, thunderstormed, rained out. So we didn't have no game last week. Just kind of peekabooed out of nowhere, which ain't really that surprising this time of year in my neck of the woods, but it happens, and it did happen. So what are they going to do? What they're going to do with the softball schedule is they going to keep trucking along with it and then maybe figure out a makeup game or not later, you know, in the season. And so we doing it like that. Like a makeup game's a maybe is what I'm saying. I don't know right now. But, you know, we like the major leagues where we ain't moving the other games on the schedule to make this one up. We got to keep going down our regularly scheduled programming, as they say, and then figure out the makeup game when we can. Now, who did we not play last week, but we was supposed to? That's the auto parts store in town. They right next to Donut Goes, you know, in that little building. I don't know if you call it a strip mall, where it's like, you know, you got little buildings and then, you know, storefronts, but they connected kind of thing. But then they got their own front doors and stuff, and they own business. They separate business, you know. Auto parts ain't selling donuts, and donuts ain't selling auto parts, but they nest to each other. And we was going to play the auto parts store, but that didn't happen because of that rain. I told you about that weather like that. So that's that. This week we had Team Sonic. Now you might remember that we played them the second game of the season, and we won that game. We won a few this season, y'all guys. Matter of fact, we are 5 wins to 2 losses right now. We won 5, we lost 2. That's how the math work out. Don't matter no how. You're wondering how we did this week against Team Sonic, and I will have that update in just a little bit. You know how Rusty Tidwell is out in the country? You know about that. His property backs up to Chet Dilroy's. Rusty and his wife got a backyard trampoline. Mort Dwidell should take notes, truth be told, because him and his wife got a front yard trampoline, and there's all kind of issue that go with a front yard trampoline. Firstly, is if you want to jump, you got an audience. You know about that. Anybody driving on by that 2-lane can just take a peekaboo at you as they drive by. So that's the first thing. Heck, that's fine. I mean, if you want to be part of the show, you don't mind everybody watching you enjoy your trampoline, that's fine. I mean, it's not like there's a lot of traffic out there, but people going to see you because you're in the front yard. And B, you're going to have hop-alongs. Anybody that's feeling like stretching their haunches and doing some front yard launching can stop and jump on your trampoline. It's in the front yard. That's how come I call it a front yard trampoline. Well, Rusty Tidwell has a backyard trampoline, so he ain't got to worry about none of that. Nobody can see him if he's on his trampoline. Nobody can hop on in his front yard because that ain't where it's at. They don't even know it's there unless they know him, kindly thing. But I'm telling you, what I'm telling you about though today is Rusty ain't even about his trampoline. That ain't even part of this story. I'm not sure how I ended up there. What I'm saying is that he lives out there and he was helping Lonnie Brunwell. Yes, that Lonnie Brunwell from Brunwell's Tires put a lift kit on his Dodge Ram, like 1500. I mean, they've been working on it quite a bit, and that was what you might call the home stretch this week, is where they were. Like, they got a lot of it done, and they think, well, we're going to wrap this thing up. So Rusty Tidwell and Lonnie Brunwell is working on Lonnie's truck in Rusty's driveway, okay? You can picture that? Well, I already told you that Chet's property backs up to Rusty's, and you might already know that Chet and Gracie Dilroy got mules. They an animal family, and they got the mules, you know, them donkeys type of animals. They grandbabies, Candy Dilroy, she live in my trailer park, Chancellor Park, and she has caught all kindly animals in her little life so far. Crows, stray dogs, feral cats, possums, raccoon. I mean, that kind of thing just comes easy for the Dilroys. You out in the wild, you're liable to get caught by one of them. Like I said, Chet and Gracie got them mules, and while Rusty Tidwell's working on that Dodge in his driveway, he feels something wet in his ear. He smacks his own ear like all of us would. You know, you feel something, you're going to get it away. You got to get it off your ear. What in the world? Rusty slides out from under that truck, and he sees a mule kindly standing there. Lonnie's got some kind of wrench or something circling around the other side of the truck, and he stops, and he just says, "That's your mule, Rusty?" "No, it ain't. That's Chet's. Must have got loose." So, you know, like any good neighbor, Rusty stops what he's doing to wrangle in a stray mule. Well, he reaches for that mule and starts to lead it through the backyard, past that backyard trampoline. Meanwhile, Lonnie looks up from working on his truck in the driveway, and he's face to face with a mule. Now, you're probably thinking, how many mules are there? Well, he's thinking it's the same mule. He leads it to the backyard through the back gate where he figures Rusty's waiting because the mule got away from Rusty and ran back up to the driveway. Only thing is, the first mule didn't get away. This is a different mule. You ever heard that saying, live like somebody left the gate open? You ever seen that at the Cracker Barrel on a nice little placard you can hang on your wall? Live like somebody left the gate open. Well, that's exactly what these mules is doing. Now, I ain't saying this is all of Chet's livelihood, but he do make money off the mule ride. He does the mule rides, you know, on the property out there. It's beautiful. Sunset Mule, Myron Curtis has been on it. Well, yeah, if you listen to my podcast, you heard about them before, so I ain't going to get into all that. But anyways, you can't charge money for a mule ride if you ain't got any mules that folks can ride. You see how that math work out. Well, Rusty is looking around, and he don't see Chet anywhere. He's like, what in the world? Where's Chet Dilroy? These are his mules. They out. He should know about it. He don't see Gracie neither. So now he's starting to put 3 and 4 together. There's some mule math going on here, and it goes like this, y'all. All of Chet Dilroy's mules, minus the old one that likes to sleep, plus 1 open gate, equals Rusty Tidwell's driveway in a front yard that's full of mules. Good thing they thought Rusty's was a good place to stop because they ain't far from home at all. Imagine if they kept heading north up that gravel road. I mean, they head up that gravel road. You don't know where they're going to end up. So forget about a lift kit on Lonnie Brunwell's truck right now. It's time to shoo Mules back into Chet's yard and close that gate. Shouldn't take too long, but it set him back a little bit. Who cares, right? Y'all know about Rusty Tidwell. If that guy does something, he makes sure that he do it right. Whether it's on the softball field, putting on a lift kit, or getting Mules back in Chet Delroy's yard. Well, what happens when Rusty is determined to help Lonnie finish this truck job and it runs late on account of them Mules, and all of a sudden it's game time and there's no Rusty Tidwell at the fields? You heard me. Lift kit, Mules, gate time, late game, no Rusty. That's some math I don't like to do. I do not like to do that math. I mean, I don't think I ever been at a game. Now, Rusty got hit by a line drive pretty hard one time, but I ain't never been to a game where he ain't showed up, to start the thing. So here we are at the fields about to play Team Sonic, and we are without, hands down, the best player on our team. You could argue that Rusty's the top athlete in our town. The whole town, y'all guys. And nobody ever worries about Rusty Tidwell. He's Mr. Automatic. He show up, he play hard, he hates to lose, and it's game time. Who's going to play third base now when our game's about to start and we got like our own Iron Man over there, but he ain't over there? Can't be me. I mean, I guess I could play the hot corner, but I'm a lefty. You know that about me. And it's a little tougher for a lefty to play third base. You don't see it. You just don't see it a lot. So Russell Tucker shifts Rance Farnhart over there. Not a bad call. Rance might be the second best guy on our team. I mean, nobody steals a base like me, and I might be faster, but what we're going to need on the infield is what Rance can bring, and he can do that pretty well. Now, Brody Childress is 100% late. So we had two outfielders, no catcher in the first inning. Well, we got to do what we got to do. You still got to play. I mean, that's life, right? You're looking at things, sometimes impossible odds, or just like, that ain't the way I want to do it. I could do this, but it ain't going to be fun. But you got to stare it in the face and say, well, I'm going to do my part best. No, I know how, kindly thing. I mean, we still Team Burger Shed. We got on our Team Burger Shed shirts. We showed up to the field looking like a team. Now we're going to have to act like one. I mean, without Rusty Tidwell and a late Brody Childress, and if he ever come, we just waiting. So anyhow, Russell's pitching, like I said. There's lots of contact early. They tested Rance quick. I don't know if I told you Russell was pitching, but he usually do. He's the one who shifted Rance over to third because he kind of liked to coach, and he ends up on the mound. Well, he's pitching, and they are hitting. They tested Rance out like he's getting these hits to the hot corner. That's what they call it at third base. He got ate up by a grounder, had to hold on to it. Didn't have time to throw it to first base to get anybody out. Runner on first, no outs. Next guy up pops up to the left center. That's a can of corn unless you only got two outfielders. I ran over there, but I'm coming in from right field. Cody Mantell couldn't get there in time. Team Sonic's got runners on first and third, no outs, first inning. That's how it's going. Russell takes the ball. He pitches it. Contact made. Deep. Over the center field fence. It's 3-0 with no outs in the first. We ain't got an out yet, and we surely ain't batted yet. What can you do at this point? Russell tosses it up there to the plate, hopes his defense can come through. Next pitch was a pop fly to me, and I caught that thing, y'all guys. So that's an out. Felt like we won the Super Bowl, but we didn't. We got one out in the top of the first inning in an adult league softball game. We wasn't about to get out the woods yet, though, because you know how it worked. The math is you got to get 3 outs. So they scored 3 more runs before we got 2 outs, and it's 6-0 before we even batted, y'all. So this is not the night we was hoping for, and we still didn't see Rusty. And we thought about calling, but at the end of the day, when the game starts, we gotta have our focus on the field. We can't be somewhere else, even though some of our players ain't even there. We got to be there. So Brody Childress showed up in the middle of us batting in the first inning. So not too late in Brody Childress' time. So we had more defense when the top of the second rolled around. And Morton Waddell, he was mad. So before I get to the top of the second, let me tell you about the bottom of the first. Morton Waddell's in the dugout with a bag of donut holes from the concession stand. You already know that's on the menu this year. It ain't as bad as I thought it'd be. Really ain't. Usually when Mary Beth Tucker messes with that menu, it's a nightmare. But so far, so good. Especially when I tell you what happens next. Morton Waddell, with a cheek full of donut holes, says, "It's go time." He ain't never said that before. Not sure what it means. This is coming from a guy with a front yard trampoline, but he said it in a way that seemed like this could be a good thing. And it was. Mort hit a dinger. Oh, walking boot Mort. He ain't no walking boot anymore. He hit a homer to left field, and he points to our dugout around him first, and he still has a donut hole in his cheek. Reason I know that is his cheek was puffed out still, and when he pointed at us and yelled, "Let's go," I could see the donut hole. It's kind of gross, but that's what I seen. And then Mort shuffled around them bases, not too fast. He ain't gonna try to, break no records running them. And it was 6-1. That's all we got in the second inning. But hey, we on the board, and the only way you get started is to do that and get on the board. And so we got started. We only gave up 1 the next inning, and now we losing 7-1. Well, here comes the third inning, and what do we see screaming into the softball field's parking lot? Is a Dodge 1500 with a lip kit and Rusty Tidwell jumping out of the passenger seat with Lonnie Brunwell behind the wheel. Rusty was mad. He was not happy. He was steady focused. And Myron wanted to show Rusty a new wristband he got. All Rusty wanted to know was the score. And once he heard it, boy, he shook his head. And he said, "Just make contact." So, we got Mort hollering things, trying to hype us up. And then old Rusty just says, "Just make contact." And that's pretty good. When you shuffling and you confused and you flustered and frustrated and somebody just give you a simple thing to do, it's like, okay, let me just focus on this thing. Of course, you only do that when you're batting. You ain't making contact when you're playing defense. Well, hopefully your glove makes contact with the ball and catches it. But fourth inning, I got up there, y'all guys. I did it. I got a soft single. Pretty standard, no big deal. Stowed second. Rance got a single. I scored. So look at there. It's 7-2. Myron singles. Russell singles. Mort pops out. JT Whitlow singles. Myron don't score. Bases loaded. Rusty Tidwell's up. Now the stage is set. We losing 7-2 to Team Sonic. They playing loose and free. They laughing, joking, having a fun night at the fields. Not so much Team Burger Shed. We a little bit flustered. But now we got the bases loaded and Rusty Tidwell's up. Did I mention that Rusty's mad? But he lost track of time and was late to the game, and that don't sit well with him. We ain't mad at him. He's carried our team so many times. He's late once, it's all right. If it was Myron Curtis, it might have been a different story. But Rusty, he got plenty of credit with us. Don't matter no how, we can't hold Rusty to his own standards anyway. Rusty hit a screamer to the wall. I mean, it's there before you know it. Myron scored, Russell motors in, JT's on his heels. It's a bases clearing homer? But didn't the ball hit the wall, Tavin? Indeed it did. But Rusty Tidwell never stopped running. He was about to catch JT at home plate. He is fueled by that frustration, and Rusty put us within 1 run, 7-6, because it's 7-2, and then he hit that grand slammer, 2 + 4, 6. So we down by 1. That's what we call a momentum shift. I got a snow cone in between innings. That's how good I felt. I thought I'd switch it up. I got a lime one, and then we went back to work. And you got to pay for that because you only get the free ones if you win. But I was ready to spend money. I was so excited. We were pretty pumped. With Rusty back at the hot corner, everything was seeming like, hey, we head the right direction. We held Team Sonic at them 7 runs, and then in the 6th inning, Mort Dwidell hit the longest single you ever seen in your life. With Mort on first, Rance singled, and Mort got thrown out at second. He ain't fast, and he don't really run. But you know who does run? Tavin Dillard. That's me. I hit one to shallow center field and legged out a double. Rance was safe at third. Rusty Tidwell was up and hit another screamer. This one was only a double, but me and Rance scored, and now it's 8-7. Next up, Cody Mantell. Cody didn't try to do too much, but he put it in play, and Rusty was off, and you know where he went? Rusty went home. Home plate, safe. And that was the last run scored of the night. Team Burger Shed 9, Team Sonic 7. We won 9-7, and now we are 6-2 on the season. Hey, sometimes seasons don't look like they can get no worse, but they do. But you know what? Things can get better too, and they did. Chet got his mules back, Lonnie got his lift kit, and Team Burger Shed, we got a win. Well, y'all guys, I hope you have fun celebrating the 4th of July this week. I sure appreciate you joining me on a Tab and Dillard podcast. Give me a little bit of your time every week. I love hearing from you in the text messages, 501-322-6249. Love hearing from you in the emails. You can check the show notes if you want any gear. Get that 20% off. Use that code POSSUM on checkout. Stay in touch. I'll see you on the interwebs, y'all guys. Appreciate you. And hey, if you ain't been licked in the ear by a loose mule while you putting the lift kit on Lonnie Brunwell's Dodge Ram and ended up being late for your softball game, you having a pretty good week. Me, I'm Tab and Dillard. This is a Tab and Dillard podcast. Till next time, y'all guys. We'll see you later.